Good morning, children. So this is the last and the seventh part of the retirement of a partner chapter. In this video, we are going to study the adjustment of capitals of the remaining partners according to the new profit sharing ratio. It is somewhat like we have done in the admission of a new partner. In this case, the new capital of the new firm of the remaining partners is given in the question, or some hint is given in the question, and you have to decide. You have to distribute the capital so fixed in the new PSR, which will give you the required capital, and that you will compare with the existing capital of the remaining partners. Any excess will be, or it can be, either withdrawn or transferred to the current account, and any deficit of the existing capital lesser than the required capital can either be introduced or it can be transferred to the current account as the question describes. So after the retirement of the partner, step number 1 is the total capital of the new firm is fixed or ascertained as a certain amount and is divided in the new profit sharing ratio. Step 2. Accordingly, the required capital as calculated in step 1 is calculated and is compared with the existing capital after all the necessary adjustments as per capital or current account, as we used to do in the admission chapter. Then step 3, any surplus of existing capital over the required capital can either be transferred to the current account or withdrawn from the firm in cash, or any deficit of required capital over the existing capital can further be introduced in the business in cash or can be transferred to current account as per the instruction given in the question. Note, if the surplus is transferred to partner's current account, it will increase its balance and hence will be credited. The credit balance of such current account will be shown on the liabilities side of the balance sheet of the new firm. That means if the existing capital is more than the required capital, then in that case the surplus can either be withdrawn from the firm or it can be transferred to partner's current account. If it is transferred to partner's current account, it will be credited since it is a surplus and will be shown on the liabilities side of the balance sheet. On the contrary, if the deficit is transferred to partner's current account, it will decrease its balance and hence will be debited. Therefore, the debit balance of such current account will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet of the new firm. So let us discuss a question on such adjustments. As you can see, on 31st March 2015, the balance sheet of Saman, Harish and Meeta, who were sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:3:2, stood as follows. So this is the balance sheet given of the partners Saman, Harish and Meeta, who were sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:3:2. So this is the balance sheet given as at 31st March 2015. So on the asset side, you can see land and building is given to you, machinery, furniture, stock, sundry debtors and cash. And on the liability side, you can see WCR is given to you. WCR stands for Workmen Compensation Reserve. So you have to see in the adjustment whether there is any claim on this or not. So after adjusting the claim, if any surplus is left over, then we will distribute it as undistributed profit among the old partners, or basically all the partners in case of retirement, in the old ratio. Then sundry creditors, then capitals of Saman, Harish and Meeta. On 31st March 2015, Harish retired from the firm and the remaining partners decided to carry on the business. It was agreed to revalue the assets and liabilities as follows. Land and buildings to be appreciated by 20%. So this is an increase in the value of asset. Therefore, it will be shown on the credit side of revaluation account as buy land and buildings. Then machinery to be depreciated by 20%. It is a decrease in the value of asset. Therefore, it will be shown on the debit side of the revaluation account as to machinery with the amount of depreciation. Then the third is closing stock to be valued at 4,50,000. And the value of stock in the balance sheet was 5 lakhs. So there is a reduction in the stock by 50,000. It is a decrease in asset which will be shown on the debit side of revaluation account as to stock 50,000. Then provision for doubtful debts is to be made at 5% on debtors. There was no provision made beforehand, so now it has to be made, and therefore it will be shown on the debit side of revaluation account as to provision for doubtful debts as 5% on debtors. Then sundry creditors of 65,000 to be written off. It is a decrease in liability and therefore will be shown on the credit side of revaluation account as by sundry creditors 65,000. Then goodwill of the firm is to be valued at 5,60,000 and Harish share of the goodwill be adjusted in the accounts of Saman and Meeta, who will share the future profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. So that means the firm's goodwill is 5,60,000. You have to take out the share of Harish, which is 3/7, and that share of goodwill of Harish, retiring partner, will be contributed by Saman and Meeta in the gaining ratio. And since new ratio is given to you and the old ratio is also given to you, new ratio is 3:2, so you can very well calculate the gaining ratio applying the formula new ratio minus old ratio. Then the total capital of the newly constituted firm will be 35 lakhs, which will be adjusted by opening current account. So that means 35 lakh will be the new capital, total capital of the remaining partners Saman and Meeta. So this will be divided in the new PSR, that is 3:2, which will give you the required capital of both, and then you will compare it with the adjusted capital, the existing capital as per their capital accounts, and if there is any surplus or deficit, that has to be adjusted through the current account. Then amount due to Harish was settled by accepting a bill of exchange in his favor, payable after 4 months. That means whatever amount is payable to Harish is due to Harish, that will neither be paid in cash nor it will be transferred to his loan account. Rather, a bill of exchange, that is a bills payable, will be drawn in his name. So it will give a rise to your liability. You have to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account and balance sheet of the new firm of Harish after the retirement of Harish. So this question was asked in CBSE 2016 compartment. So let us discuss. This is the working note. First of all, we have calculated the gaining share by applying the formula new share minus old share, or we can say new ratio minus old share. Saman's gain is 3/5, his new share minus his old share 2/7. So the LCM of 5 and 7 comes to 35. After adjusting the LCM, we get 21 minus 10 upon 35, that is 11 upon 35. Then similarly, we have calculated the gain of Meeta, her new share 2/5 minus her old share 2/7. Again the LCM comes to 35. After the adjustment of LCM, we get 14 minus 10 upon 35, that is 4 upon 35. So the gaining ratio is 11:4. In this ratio, the goodwill will be contributed. Now, second calculation is for goodwill of Harish. So the firm's goodwill is 5,60,000 multiplied by share of Harish, that is 3/7, which comes to rupees 2,40,000. Now this 2,40,000 is to be adjusted or contributed by Saman and Meeta in their gaining ratio of 11:4. So Saman will be given 11/15 of 2,40,000, that is 1,76,000, and Meeta will be giving 4/15 of 2,40,000, that is 64,000. Then the third calculation is for the total capital of the new firm, that is required capital. So as it is given in the question that the total capital of the new firm will be 35 lakh, and that we have to distribute in the new PSR. So Saman's capital in the new firm will be 35 lakh into 3/5, that is 21 lakh, and Meeta's capital in the new firm will be 35 lakh into 2/5, that is 14 lakh. So 21 lakh and 14 lakh is the required capital of Saman and Meeta respectively. Now let us see the revaluation account. On the debit side, we have shown decrease in asset, that is machinery 1 lakh, stock 50,000, and we have shown the provision on the debit side at 35,000. On the credit side, we have shown increase in assets and decrease in liabilities as by land and building 3,80,000 and sundry creditors 65,000, as we have already discussed while discussing the question. So after putting up all the revalued items, we have compared the debit and the credit side. We found out that credit side is greater than the debit side, therefore there is a profit of 2,60,000. So in case of retirement of a partner, the revaluation profit or loss is distributed among all the partners in the old ratio. So we have distributed 2,60,000 in the old ratio among Saman, Harish and Meeta's capital. So Saman has got 74,286, Harish has got 1,11,428 and Meeta has got 74,286. So the total of revaluation account comes to 4,45,000 on each sides. Now we have prepared partners capital account. So on the credit side we will show all those items which increases the capital, and on the debit side we will show all those items which decreases the capital. So first of all, on the credit side we have shown the opening balances since it was given on the liabilities side. Saman 10 lakh, Harish 15 lakh and Meeta 10 lakh as by balance brought down. Then on the credit side we have given them the revaluation profit. By revaluation account, 74,286 to Saman, 1,11,428 to Harish and 74,286 to Meeta. Since there was a WCR or workman compensation reserve in this question for which no claim was there, therefore the entire reserve will be distributed among all the partners since it is a retirement chapter in the old ratio. So we have given them on the credit side workman compensation reserve as well as by workman compensation reserve 2,40,000 to Saman, 3,60,000 to Harish and 2,40,000 to Meeta. Then Harish, the retiring partner, will also get his share of goodwill by the remaining gaining partners in the gaining ratio, which will increase his capital. So therefore on the credit side in the particulars column we have shown the accounts from where he is getting it. So by Saman's capital, his contribution of goodwill 1,76,000 in Harish column and by Meeta's capital 64,000 in Harish column. On the debit side we have shown all those items which has decreased their capital balances. So the first item which we have shown is the contribution made to the retiring partner because of which the capital of Saman and Meeta has decreased. So in the particulars column we have written to Harish capital because this is the reason why the capital has decreased. So we have shown 1,76,000 in the column of Saman and 64,000 in the column of Meeta. So before discussing the rest of the items, let us discuss two more items which are left, one or two items which are left. As you can see, these are the current account balances for which first we have to calculate the balancing figure. We have already calculated the required capital. So after putting up all the points, all the adjustments, we will compare. First of all, we will calculate the closing balance of Harish, the retiring partner. So after comparing the debit and the credit side, we found out that the closing balance or the balance due to Harish is 22,11,428. And the question says that a bill of exchange is to be drawn in this aspect. So this is the amount which the firm has to pay to the partner. So therefore a bills payable will be drawn for this purpose. So this entire amount will be transferred to bills payable account, as you can see on the debit side, and with this transfer the account of Harish will be closed, and this bills payable is a liability. It will be shown on the liability side of the new balance sheet. Then we will compare the closing balances of Saman and Meeta, which will give you the existing capital, and you will compare the existing capitals of Saman and Meeta with the required capital as we have calculated by dividing the total new capital of the firm in the new PSR. So the required capital of Saman was 21 lakh and Meeta was 14 lakh. So after comparing it with the existing capital of the capital account, we found out that there was a surplus of 9,61,714 in account of Saman and 1,49,714 surplus in Meeta, which is transferred to their current account. And since it is transferred to the debit of their current account, that means it is a deficit. So this deficit will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet, and then ultimately we will calculate the closing balances as 21 lakh and 14 lakh of Saman and Meeta. So here we have shown the current account transfers of Saman and Meeta, which is transferred since it was a deficit. Their required capital was more than the existing capital, and therefore it has been a deficit which is transferred to the debit of their current account, which will be shown on the asset side of the new balance sheet. Now this is the balance sheet of the new firm. On the asset side, you can see the revalued value of land and building, machinery, furniture, stock. Then debtors, you have deducted the provision which was not earlier deducted. Now the net value of debtors is 6,65,000. Then the value of cash is the same. Then since there was a deficit, there was existing capital of the remaining partners was less than the required capital, so therefore the deficit was transferred to their current account, which is shown on the asset side. Saman's current account debit balance 9,61,714 and Meeta's current account debit balance 1,49,714. On the liabilities side, we have shown the revalued value of creditors 4,45,000, bills payable 22,11,428. This is the bills payable drawn to settle the account of the retiring partner, and we have shown the capital balances of Saman and Meeta, the newly adjusted, that is 21 lakh and 14 lakh. So ultimately the balance sheet total is 61 lakh 56,428 on each side. Now this is practical question number 22 of your book. A, B and C are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 1/2 is to 1/3 and 1/6. So as you can see, since the denominator is not the same, therefore the ratio is not correct. So in order to make it correct, first of all you will calculate the or basically you will convert the denominators into one same denominator, and ultimately what you will do is you will convert 2 and 3 into 6, for which you will have to multiply 1/2 into 3/3, which will give you 3/6. Then you will need to multiply 1/3 to 2/2, which will give you 2/6. So the new ratio will come to 3:2:1. Their balance sheet as at 31st March 2016 was as follows. On the asset side, you can see land and building, computers, stock, debtors, cash at bank, and advertisement expenditure. So advertisement expenditure is an accumulated loss. It is a deferred revenue expenditure. It has to be written off among all the partners in the case of retirement in the old ratio. And on the liability side, you can see creditors, provision for legal damages, expenses owing, basically outstanding expenses, and the capitals of the three partners. Then B retired on 1st April 2016, and the new ratio between A and C was agreed at 3:2. So new ratio is given to you, old ratio you have calculated correctly. You can very well calculate the gaining ratio by applying the formula new ratio minus old ratio. The following were agreed. Goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 1,50,000. So this is the firm's goodwill. You will calculate the retiring partner's share out of it, that is the share of B, which will be 2/6. So 2/6 of 1,50,000 or 1/3 of 1,50,000 will be the goodwill of B, which will be contributed by the gaining partners in the gaining ratio. Then second point, land and buildings are to be increased by 10%. So the value of land and building is 4 lakh. It has to be increased by 10%, that means 40,000. So it is an increase in asset, therefore it will be shown on the credit side of revaluation account as by land and buildings 40,000. Then third point, provision for doubtful debts is to be increased by 6,000. So it is an increase in doubtful debts provision. It will be shown on the debit side of revaluation account as to provision for doubtful debts 6,000. And when you will be making the new balance sheet, there you will be deducting the provision as 10,000. That is 4,000 of before and plus 6,000. Then fourth point, out of the insurance premium of 10,000 which was entirely debited to profit and loss account, 2,000 to be carried forward as unexpired insurance. So unexpired insurance of 2,000 will be prepaid expense. It will be an asset and it will be shown on the new on the asset side of the new balance sheet, as well as it is an unrecorded asset. That means it will increase your asset, therefore it will also be shown on the credit side of revaluation account as by unexpired insurance 2,000. Then Creditors will be written back by 20,000. That means it is a reduction in the value of creditors liability. It will be shown on the credit side of revaluation account as by creditors 20,000. Then part of the stock which had been included at cost of 10,000 had been badly damaged in storage and could only be expected to realize 2,000. That means the stock of 10,000 is useless, but still we will manage to get 2,000 from it. That means 8,000 we will not be able to get. So this 8,000 will be the actual reduction in the value of stock, that is asset, which will be shown on the debit side of revaluations account as to stock 8,000. And then the seventh point, total capital of the new firm will be 5 lakh and will be in the new profit sharing ratio of the continuing partners. So this will give you the required capital of the continuing partners. B will be paid 1,50,000 on retirement and the balance after 6 months. So that means whatever the balance will be there of the retiring partner, out of it 1,50,000 will be immediately paid in cash and the remaining will be transferred to his loan account. So prepare revaluation account, capital accounts and the balance sheet of the new firm. So this is the working note. The first working note is for calculation of gaining ratio. As you can see, we have rectified the old PSR which has come to 3:2:1 after adjusting the denominators, and then we have calculated the gaining ratio by applying the formula new ratio minus old ratio. So the new share of A was 3/5 minus his old share 3/6. So after adjusting the LCM of 30, it came to 18 minus 15 upon 30, that is 3/30. And that of C, the new ratio was 2/5 minus the old share 1/6. So after adjusting the LCM of 30 again, it came to 12 minus 5 upon 30, that is 7/30. So the gaining ratio is 3:7. Then the calculation of B's goodwill. Since the firm's goodwill is 1,50,000, so B's share out of it will be 2/6. That means 50,000 will be the goodwill of B, which will be contributed by the gaining partners A and C in the gaining ratio 3:7. That means A will be contributing 15,000 and C will be contributing 35,000. Now this is the revaluation account. As you can see, on the credit side we have shown the increase in asset and decrease in liability. Buy land and buildings 40,000, buy unexpired insurance 2,000 and buy creditors 20,000, as we have already discussed while discussing the adjustments. Then on the debit side we have shown the increase in liability and decrease in assets. To stock 8,000 and to provision for doubtful debts 6,000, as we have already discussed. Then after comparing the credit and the debit side, we found out that there is a profit of rupees 48,000 which will be distributed among all the partners, since it is retirement chapter in the old ratio. So therefore A will be getting 24,000, B will be getting 16,000 and C will be getting 8,000. Since we are giving them profit, therefore it will increase their capital balance and will be shown on the credit side of their capital account. So the total of revaluation account will be 62,000 on each side. Now this is partners capital account. On the credit side we have shown the opening balances as given in the balance sheet liabilities side. By balance brought down: A 3,40,000, B 1,50,000 and C 1,40,000. Then whatever increases their capital is shown on the credit side, that is the revaluation profit: 24,000 in A, 16,000 in B and 8,000 in C. Then the capital of B increases by his share of goodwill given by the gaining partners, that is by A's capital 15,000 and by C's capital 35,000. Then on the debit side we have shown all those things, those items because of which their capital balances did reduce or decrease. So we have shown the accumulated loss, that is to advertisement expense, 7,500 to A, 5,000 to B and 2,500 to C in the old ratio. Then the capital of A and C has decreased because they have given the retiring partner his share of goodwill. So to B's capital account, 15,000 in A and 35,000 in C. So after putting up everything, we have calculated the balancing figure of the retiring partner B, and we found out that whatever the balance was left to be settled to B, we have paid 1,50,000 immediately, and the remaining 60,000 is transferred to his loan account. And then we have calculated the closing balances of the remaining partners before their capital adjustment. So we got 3,41,500 of A and 1,10,500 of C. So this is the closure of their capital accounts before adjustment, and we have settled the account of B. After that, we have brought forwarded the closing balances of the remaining partners A and C, since the retiring partners account is closed. So the closing balance was on the debit side, therefore we have transferred the opening balance on the credit side as buy balance brought down. 3,41,500 in the column of A as buy balance brought down, and in the column of C as 1,10,500. So this is their existing capital, which will be compared with their required capital of 3 lakh and 2 lakh, and we can see that there is a surplus in case of A. So since if there is a surplus, it will be withdrawn by A, and therefore it will decrease the capital balance, and therefore we have shown on the debit side to bank account 41,000. That means the surplus is withdrawn. And the required capital of C was 2 lakh as we have calculated before, but the existing capital is 1,10,500. That means there is a deficit of 89,500, which will be further introduced by C, and therefore it will increase the capital balance, which we have shown on the credit side as by bank account 89,500. So ultimately we will calculate the final closing balance, which will be coming to the required capital. This will be a kind of a cross check. Two balance carried down, 3 lakh in A and 2 lakh in C. So the total of their capital accounts ultimately will be 3,41,500 for A and 2 lakh for C. So this is the partner's capital account. Now this is the working note of adjustment of capital. Again, it will be better to explain you. As we have calculated beforehand, or we have explained beforehand, the required capital of the new firm is 5 lakh, which will be distributed in the new ratio 3:2. So the required capital of A will be 5 lakh into 3 by 5, that is 3 lakh, and that of B will be 5 lakh into 2 by 5, that is 2 lakh. So this is the required capital. Now the adjusted or existing capital of A and C as per capital account before adjustment is 3,41,500 and 1,10,500 respectively. So the surplus to be withdrawn by A is rupees 45,500, that is 3,41,500 minus 3 lakh, and deficit to be contributed by B is rupees 89,500, that is 2 lakh minus 1,10,500. So this is the working note for the adjustment of capital, which we have already done. Now the calculation of cash at bank. So beforehand the cash balance was 1,69,800, to which further introduction by C of 89,500 will be added, and withdrawal of A 41,500 will be deducted, and the payment made to the retiring partner B 1,50,000 will also be deducted. So ultimately there will be rupees 67,000 in the cash at bank balance, which will be shown in the asset side of the new balance sheet. So this is the new balance sheet of the new firm as at 1st April 2016 after the retirement. On the asset side, we have shown the land and buildings 4,40,000 after the revaluation, computers 40,000 since there were no changes, so we have just copied like that. Stock 1,32,000. Debtors after deducting the new provision, the net value is 70,000. Unexpired insurance, which was not there earlier, 2,000. Then cash at bank, the new value, that is 67,000. And on the liability side, we have shown creditors 1,40,000. B's loan account 61,000, which is to be paid later on after 6 months. Provision for legal damages 40,000. Expenses owing 10,000. And the adjusted capital of the remaining partners A 3 lakh and C 2 lakh, which is coming to 5 lakh. So ultimately the total of balance sheet will be 7,51,000 on each side. So these were the questions discussed on the basis of the adjustment of new capital. I hope the question is clear to you, and so is the adjustment. So this is the assignment based on this part. You have to answer the following questions in your register. You have to revise and redo the questions taught in this video. And also you have to solve practical question number 20 and 31A from the chapter Retirement or Death of a Partner of Accounts book by D.K. Goel volume 1. So with this we come to an end to the retirement chapter, and the second part of this chapter, that is death of a partner, is not there in your syllabus. So go through the videos, children, revise the adjustments, revise the formulas, revise the entries, and do practice as many questions as you can do, and especially the questions which have been given to you as a part of assignment. In the upcoming video, we will be starting up with the new chapter. Thank you, children. Take care.